Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our Festival of Bands concert. My name is Mark Eveleth. I direct the 7th through 12th grade band. Carmen Locknett will be working with the 5th and 6th grade for you tonight. It's a pleasure to see you all here. It's a great turnout. We haven't done this format on our concert since we had our auditorium built, because I always said once we had an auditorium, I didn't ever want to do a concert in the gym again, because it's so echoey and loud. But there's no way to fit all these students in one seating and have everybody play at the same time, and it's kind of a neat thing to get to see. So it's been quite a few years. It's going to be kind of like a time machine for you tonight. You're going to get to see these students from the very beginning of their learning in the musical instruments all the way to where they're ready to go on to college and keep playing for life on their instruments. So we hope you enjoyed this evening's concert. We're going to start with the 5th grade ensemble.
But just making sounds. So you'll hear some little different things in here in Bridges. Thank you for coming. Yes, we're waiting for music that someone forgot. While we're stalling, I'll just let you know we do have some illnesses tonight. It's been a really bad season for lots of illness, so we do have everybody like Mike sitting in with us tonight to play flute, and hopefully we'll get the other parts covered as well. So, all right.
I could yell, but it would scare you. It was a really loud yell. Anyway, that was Cimarron Trail. Let's hear it for the 5th and 6th grade groups again. I thought they did really nice job. One thing that's a little different for us is we are used to sitting in the stage area and playing, and when we're on the stage and we have the lights in our eyes, we are unaware of an audience sitting out there unless we hear a fly. Now we have them in our faces with all the lights on and everything, so it makes us a little more nervous to have to play in here. But I think they're all doing a really fine job. That first section was entitled Cimarron Trail. We're going to move into a march now, and it's the Fort Canterbury March. Thank you. To close out our portion of the concert, we're going to do a medley of Beatles selections. And you're going to hear A Hard Day's Night, If I Fell, and I Love Her, and Can't Buy Me Love. So we hope you enjoy our final selection, A Hard Day's Night. Yeah, we too have been getting stricken by the sickness disease. We lost 2 drummers in the high school band just after school today, and we had both my bass clarinet players and another clarinet player missing out of the junior high band. So we're making it through, but we have some missing parts that we aren't used to playing without that have caught us by surprise all of a sudden. I think you're going to really enjoy this next group, the high school group. They've been working really hard, and well, hopefully you've been enjoying the whole evening and kind of seeing a progression of abilities as the kids grow. The music becomes a little more complicated and sometimes a little bit longer too. This first one is kind of long, but it's really cool. I think you're going to like it. It's entitled Cantus Jubilante. Thank you so much. There was a lot of solos. Katie had the longest solo, but we had quite a few different solos. And just a shout out to the percussion section. They did an awesome job on all the work they had to do back there. You probably noticed a couple of them playing more than 3 instruments at once. So very nice job, everyone. We're going to take a long step back in time now. We're going to do a piece that was written by Beethoven, and it's an overture to Beethoven's Third Symphony, and it's Eroica. And you're going to hear quite a few different varieties of styles and playing within this piece. But we pulled it out for sight reading in January. We really liked it. We decided to do it on a concert, so we hope you enjoy it. final selection before we get to move into the big ensemble is a great medley of pieces from the Broadway musical Hairspray. I'm sure some of you have seen it on TV and some of you have seen it live in the theater, but it's good no matter what. The songs you're going to hear out of this one are Good Morning Baltimore, The Nicest Kids in Town, Run and Tell That, I Know Where I've Been, The Big Dollhouse, and You Can't Stop the Beat. So for our final selection, we hope you enjoy Hairspray. All right, it'll take us just a little bit to get reset, get all our music stands moved back over, and get our percussion equipment set over where it was this morning, and share stands. Remember, we need to have enough stands for everybody to be able to see their music. And while they're setting up, I'd just like to say a few thank yous. It takes a lot to do this, and not just rehearsals every day, but a lot of the staff had to sacrifice for us. We really appreciate Pat Brewer and the other custodial staff that helped set all this thing up on a Wednesday night after like 7 o'clock. All the chairs, everything by himself. That was very appreciated. We appreciate Jacob Graham up there on the video camera, making sure we have a memory of this concert to last us into the future. We appreciate Mike Gurias for giving up his classroom so I can take it over and do my stuff in here, and we can do our concerts in here, and that's very appreciated because he hasn't been able to do track in here or any of his other classes in here since Thursday, so it's very appreciated to be able to have that. I also like to thank the administration for being so supportive of our music department all the way through from kindergarten on up, because we do get a lot of support. And I especially want to thank all you parents and grandparents and uncles and aunts and brothers and sisters and all of you who help get them to school and make sure they're practicing at home, get them their instruments, do all the things that need to be done so they get to this point. Music is such an enrichment in everyone's life. The things that it affects, the research base that it does for students in testing and school is just incredible. There's more and more stuff, and every time I see something on Facebook, I forward it on, because there's just a ton of wealth that comes through. So thank you very much. How about a nice round of applause for these students and all their hard work? All right, now our final selection is entitled "A Salute to John Philip Sousa." And this piece you're going to hear first, the High School Cadets March, and you're going to hear a little of the percussion section. Then you're going to hear a song entitled "The Manhattan Beach March." And when Sousa wrote this, he had the idea of a band being on a bandstand on a beach in Manhattan. And then you focus on a young couple, perhaps, walking down the beach, and they're way down the beach, and they kind of hear this music in the background. And so they're walking along. As they get closer and closer to the band shell, the music becomes much louder and louder, and then they stand there in front of the band for a little bit, and then they move on their way. So, if we can get it right, because we practiced it, we will get that musical effect for you. We'll try to start it nice and soft, and we'll build it up halfway through, and then bring it back down for you at the end. And then we'll finish with a very popular trio section from the Stars and Stripes Forever. So, in our effort here, these students, to thank Pat and the school and everything for helping us out, we are going to help them out. So when we are done with our concert, the students know that we're going to put all the music stands away, we're going to fold up all the folding chairs and put them back on the racks, and put the percussion, we're going to completely clear off the stage and just leave the floor mat for the custodian. So if you want to help with that, you're more than welcome, but we can get it too. So once again, thank you for coming to our concert. We hope you enjoy our big finale.